So, I will be making a presentation about green AI and how we can use artificial intelligence more energy efficiently in today's world. So, first of all, we have to understand what is green AI. Green AI, which is the goal of the future to make a more sustainable and energy efficient green future, is to design AI to minimize the amount of carbon footprint it has because the amount of energy we are using right now is also immeasurable. There is no accurate measurement of how much energy we are using. And as of right now, anything we're doing, it's just to make the systems work more efficient and more better. There is no caps, there is no restrictions on any software or any company, major company for these AIs. If the AI needs this, it will provide it. So basically, bigger is better, which is the dominant AI philosophy right now. And that's bad because we are using abundant amounts of energy to train the AI, to make the AI, to produce it for other people to use it. And there's a lot of people using AI these days. So we need the future where we can measure it better, minimize its carbon emissions, and make it more sustainable, and at the same time not use as much energy and sustainable things we have right now, like water and energy, basically. So, what are the problems we are facing with this? Many of the AI we use right now helps us with everything in our lives and has a very big impact for the normal person. And because we're using it in our everyday lives, the problem is we are using a lot of both electricity and water. Did you know that like 5 to 50 prompts of using an AI, any AI at all, can take as much as 500 milliliters of water? Now that's a lot. And the normal average person these days are buying subscriptions to use even more than just 550 prompts. And those are just normal chatting prompts. We're not even considering images, video generations, music generation, and each one of those takes even more and more water. And that's just using the AI. Training the AI is just completely different. So for that, we are having to work with AI powers intelligence and engineering that delivers a sustainable and actual good green impact. We need machine learning that can find the patterns in these complex energy data, and predictive analytics, optimization, and decision support that can help us make a more energy efficient future by making efficient designs, smart operations, renewable integration such as solar power, wind power, anything other than using oil and gas because we need oil and gas for us, and we have barely enough amount of that as it is because those are non-renewables. We need renewable energy, which can always be there for us, and we need sustainability as well as we've mentioned before. Did you also know that furthermore, AI data centers consume millions of gallons of fresh water daily just to keep the surface from melting. So we're not just using any water because salt water from the sea, which is the most amount of water we have, isn't viable for making these coolant systems for data centers. We need fresh water. And as humans, we need fresh water for drinking and sustaining life. So we need to find out what is taking priority here. So, what are the real world applications for this? As of right now, there are many real world applications that we can see. So for example, we have smart energy grids via Google DeepMind, which helps reduce the cooling data centers by 40%. Precision agriculture that is cut water by fertilizer use by 20 to 30%, reducing agriculture carbon output, smart cities and transport, materials discovery. Materials discovery, actually, as an engineer, I can tell you that right now there are many companies that are making uh, infrastructure and materials that can help with cooling without the need of water, actually. These materials have good properties in reducing its carbon footprint and its actual footprint to minimize actually the amount of data centers. Another problem that many people don't know about these data centers is it takes a large amount of land. So to make these data centers in less land, so we can have land for farming, agriculture, and people to live in is better, obviously. So right now we're even discovering materials that allow the AI data centers to operate under small spaces, which is always great and it actually maximizes its efficiency. So we also have climate modeling from NVIDIA Earth 2, which uses AI to simulate the climate scenarios 1,000 times faster than traditional supercomputers, and efficient AI models of the future. For example, like GPT 3.5 quality at a one-fifth of the parameter count, providing smaller can be smarter, like we said before. So there are many things, obviously, that we have to take into consideration from the critical and ethical perspectives in doing these approaches. For example, can AI really solve its own problem? Like integrating AI with engineering. Can that really help us with the future of making it greener and more sustainable? AI optimizes energy systems, but training those optimizer models also consumes energy because we're trying to use more AI to save energy, but in the end, we're using more AI, which uses more energy. So it's a problem we need to think about. And at the same time, who bears the cost of all this? Like we're using more money, more time, more energies, resources, as we said before, and all of this we need to take into consideration. So it's hard to put this into either the private companies' budgets or normal government public budgets. So we have to find a balance there as well. They have to work together and make sure that they can find a way to split it among themselves. At the same time, there's a rebound effect, which makes AI cheaper through efficiency, but might lead to more use of AI, as we said before. So although cheaper AI is great for the person, but then that makes other people more happy and want to use more AI, in the end, making more energy. In my opinion, if we do find a way to make more AI usage and less energy consumption, and at the same time efficiency and effectiveness increases, then I think that would be better. It would cancel each other out. I'm very sure in the near future as well, we will find more effective systems to make it all worthwhile as well. And then we have the digital divide, which concentrates on rich nations and poor nations not having the same amount or not the same effect. And we need to have like a kind of balanced way of like distributing all the knowledge and all the what's it called priorities and all the responsibilities. So the key takeaways we need to keep in mind here is green AI is making AI systems energy efficient, not just accurate, because obviously efficiency does not always include accuracy, and accuracy does not always mean efficiency. We need to find the balance. The real problem is AI's carbon footprint is growing immensely, not just in energy consumption, but also in the amount of land it's using and the amount of money it's consuming. Like, as we said, in ethical, is this amount of money we're putting in producing AI really worth it or not? We really need to think about that too. And AI can help, but only if we design it to help. For those ethical reasons, we also said AI use responsibly is important because we need to make sure that while also assist making this AI, we need to make sure that it's not harming us indirectly or directly in any way possible. It has to always be helping us, making our lives better, going into the future with a more efficient, accurate, sustainable future and greener future, obviously without harming others or harming ourselves, obviously. At the same time, we have to also know that solution exists at model, infrastructure, and policy levels. We have to also know that. And efficiency and ethics must be coexist, not afterthoughts. Governments have priorities, companies have budgets, and many other things come in the way of all these things. But if we band together, if all of these can be worked aside, if rules and uh, priorities are made for the main reason, which is reducing the carbon footprint and integrating engineering with this perfectly, then all this money, all this time, all this work, all this will actually be worth it for the future as well. This could also open many jobs for engineers right now. Some mechanical, electrical, and mechatronics and industrial engineers can help actually with this, not just AI engineers. AI engineers as well can interwork with them, explaining the processes, and then those other engineers can think about it to make the systems and the infrastructure more efficient and more actually high quality and efficient for the future. So that's all I have to say. So in the end, I would like to say use AI wisely, reduce the impact it has, build responsibly, and create a better, sustainable future. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something new or a fascinating new knowledge.